Hi, this is Lenny Nuccio with Bottom Line Results, and we're here today with William Solorzano with City National Bank. And William, you're a treasury management consultant with the bank, and we wanted to find out from you a little bit about how business owners can help protect themselves from fraud. And so what kind of solutions for fraud protection would you suggest that business owners be aware of?
You know, the number one solution that we do recommend is the online platform. The online platform gives the business owner the ability to review their items on a daily basis to see which ones are authorized and which ones are not authorized. By determining which ones are not authorized, then it gives them the time to be able to call their relationship manager and return those items that were never authorized by the client.
Okay, and how often should they be talking to their banker or relationship banker?
One of the things that we do recommend and we highly execute here at City National Bank is being able to have that relationship discussion, relationship reviews with our clients on a quarterly basis.
Quarterly. Okay. So that way you're able to probably catch things before they get too out of control. Is that
correct? Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. How does someone have to identify or recognize that they may be victim of some type of fraud online? What would they be looking for to try to determine, like, wow, this doesn't look right in my account?
Well, one of the things that you do have to look at is check sequence, dollar amounts, ACH transactions that don't come to mind, you know, that are not the ones that they generally have authorized for the other businesses to debit them on a daily basis. And one of the things that we highly do recommend, and one of our solutions, is our ACH filters. With the ACH filters, then we allow the client to let us know what they want paid, and we only pay exactly those items that they authorize us for. Anything other than that, we will return, you know, immediately.
Okay, so then the owner really stays in control of their own account and their finances by working with the banker.
That is correct.
Okay, that sounds very wise. What happens if it does look like, say I was looking at my online statement and I realized, wow, that really looks funny, that's not something that's familiar to me. What would I do?
The first thing you should do always is contact your relationship manager and let them know that you have not authorized that particular transaction. However, one of the things that we highly recommend to every business owner is that, and we give them the information, they only have 24 hours to be able to return any unauthorized ACH transaction business to business. Consumers, you have a little more leeway because consumers are allowed up to 60 days to be able to return any unauthorized transactions.
So that reiterates what you said earlier about checking daily so that you can catch it in time before
that is correct.
It causes you more damage.
Correct.
Okay. How would a fraud alert end up impacting the business clients? What would that do to their life, their situation, their finances?
Well, one of the things is if ever a business owner finds that one of the checks that he wrote was not authorized or is a fraudulent item, when that alert comes through, there's two things that are going to happen. One of them is the client is going to be immediately informed that you either going to need to close out the account and open up a whole new business account, and that takes a lot of work from the client, and as well as being able to inform all his other vendors that now I have this new account, this is where you need to credit me. However, the solution that City National will provide that business owner is positive pay. What is positive pay? Positive pay then gives the ability to the client to send us their check register, and we only pay what's on the check register. If it's check 1 to 100, that's all we pay, 1 to 100. Anything other than that would be returned on an exception basis.
So that helps contain any problem they might have experienced too.
That is correct, yes.
Great. Will a bank, and I just received one of these recently from supposedly the IRS, an email saying, oh, you have this money sitting out there, and it's like, it looked a little suspicious. What would happen would the bank ever send an email to a client asking them to verify information on their account or passwords or anything?
The only time that we will send an email is on our online platform whenever somebody, to give an example, one of the administrators of their online platform forgets their password and puts in the password 6 or 7 times. After the third time, we lock them out. So immediately after that happens, we'll send out an email and say, hey, somebody's trying to get into your system, whether it be an administrator or a user, but we only do it on that basis. Anything other than that, we always go through the relationship manager, because the relationship manager has that one-on-one contact with the client.
And they would know also if something sounds a little suspicious.
That's correct.
Great. What are some of the red flags that a business owner may want to look for, say on their online statement or online platform, that could give them a hint of danger, that something might be wrong?
Well, one of the things also that as an administrator from the online platform, and whenever an administrator has different users, they can run audit reports. And the audit reports is going to allow them to know whether their users are trying to fish into different accounts information that they're not allowed to have. That's one area. The other piece is, as well as internally, every business owner should be aware of the activities that their employees do have. Check sequences, check stock, making sure that everyone has various checks and balances internally.
Okay, and we've all probably heard stories about, that trusted bookkeeper that ends up writing himself or herself checks, and the business owners, so pay attention.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. Are there any trends, William, to be aware of that are happening now or recently?
Well, one of the things that it's very important to keep in mind is that in the environment that we're in nowadays with the internet and the technology that we have in today, thieves no longer need a check stock to steal from the business owner. As long as you have your account number and routing number, thieves out there can create PayPal transactions and try to dip into the client's account. They always are going to try to hit and debit or steal from the business owner for transactions that are probably less than $700 or so.
So it's not a big screaming flag.
That is correct.
Goes unnoticed.
Yeah. The other trend that people need to be aware of is whenever they see a dollar credit to your account from an ACH perspective, because if you don't say anything, you accept that, they now know that account is a valid account, and now they can come back and pull the money.
I had never really thought about that.
Yeah.
So if someone shows a very small amount as a credit to their account, some people might think, oh great, money, but it's really a red flag saying someone could be verifying their
That
expenses.
is correct. That is correct, yeah.
Okay, so I guess bottom line with all this, William, would you say that it's really diligence and vigilance is the most important thing to stay involved in monitoring your account and report something to your relationship banker immediately if you notice something irregular, and that's usually the best type of protection.
That is correct, and one of the other added benefits with City National Bank is the relationship manager also is very involved in making sure that the portfolio of accounts that they handle are also being looked at on a daily basis.
Excellent. It sounds like making it as secure as we possibly can.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you, William. And if you have any more questions, please give us a call at 949-788-2998 or check out our website at www.bottomlineresultscorp.com. Thank you.